Not be answering any questions, but we will provide additional information when it becomes available.
We will not be answering any questions, but we will provide more information when it becomes available, and the real shock is that his daughter is caught up in it. This is what this business is all about, and we all know that. What were they hiding and why? Let's break down this shocking discovery, the luxury mansion and its hidden secrets. When federal investigators arrived at the massive waterfront compound that once belonged to one of professional wrestling's most iconic figures, they had no idea they were about to uncover one of the most shocking findings in celebrity real estate history. The mansion at 130 Willidale Drive in Bear, Florida, was about to reveal secrets that would forever change how we view the Hogan family legacy. This is the same property that millions of viewers came to know through VH1's reality show, Hogan Knows Best. The investigation began as a routine inquiry following Hulk Hogan's death on the 24th of July, 2025, from cardiac arrest at his Clearwater Beach home. However, what started as standard estate proceedings quickly turned into something much darker when investigators found unusual details in the blueprints of the house, discrepancies that led them to one of the most elaborate underground networks ever discovered beneath a celebrity residence. To understand the magnitude of this discovery, we need to go back to the golden age of Hulkamania, when Terry Gene Bollea, better known as Hulk Hogan, was at the peak of his wrestling career. In 1992, Hogan purchased a 1.5-acre waterfront lot for $2 million with the dream of building the ultimate family sanctuary. What he ended up creating became legendary, though it now appears it may not have served the purpose he originally intended. The 17,000-square-foot French chateau-style mansion took nearly 8 years to complete, a true testament to the meticulous attention to detail put into every part of its construction.
Just a little bit of a background on the house. It's an 18th century replica of a French farm.
Linda Hogan's deep fascination with Parisian architecture turned out to be far more significant than anyone could have imagined at the time. The complexity of the design, with its 5 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms, provided the perfect cover for what investigators now believe was a sophisticated underground operation that may have been in development for decades. The mansion's above-ground features were already legendary, with a stunning waterfront pool that included a 2-level cascading waterfall flowing onto a flagstone patio, creating a dramatic...
This is the 99-foot drop into the 100-foot deep end of the...
But it was the property's strategic location that now carries a whole new meaning. Positioned on the prestigious Intracoastal Waterway, the mansion offered sweeping views of Sand Key, Clearwater Beach, the Intracoastal Waterway, and Clearwater Pass, leading to the Gulf of Mexico. This location provided not only stunning scenery, but also multiple escape routes and surveillance advantages that investigators now believe were critical for the secret operation happening beneath the surface. The private dock, complete with 2 boat lifts and jet ski storage, served a double purpose. On the surface, it was a space for family recreation.
Here are the stealth mode jet skis that are all...
The term stealth mode jet skis now takes on an entirely new meaning in light of recent discoveries. What Hogan once presented as simple family entertainment equipment may actually have been chosen for its ability to move undetected through coastal waters, making it perfect for late-night operations that required both speed and discretion. The mansion's interior design also offered many opportunities for concealment. The gourmet kitchen with a butler's pantry included hidden service passages that connected to different parts of the house, while the 4-car garage provided discreet vehicle access away from the main entrance. Even features that seemed harmless, like the tanning salon and gym.
We have so many windows that you can't sleep in the morning, so I had to put all these drapes up, and it got a little goopy, but we love it.
Open sesame.
The elaborate window treatments and automated systems throughout the mansion provided both privacy and the ability to quickly secure the property when needed. The Open Sesame command, for example, was just one of many automated features that allowed for rapid responses to unexpected visitors or situations. Surprisingly, the most revealing aspect of the property was not its structure, but its entertainment value and the steady stream of high-profile guests it attracted. The reality show Hogan Knows Best brought cameras into the home from 2005 to 2007, offering the perfect cover for unusual activity, because who would suspect a criminal enterprise in a house that was literally broadcasting daily life to millions of viewers? The production schedule created predictable times when the house would be under surveillance and when it would be private, while cast and crew movements provided natural cover for individuals who may have needed discreet access. Authorities also suspect that certain activities and areas of the property may have been intentionally edited out before airing. Many celebrities have hidden features in their homes, such as secret tunnels, escape rooms, and underground shelters, which often only come to light when investigators start asking questions. One of the most talked about examples comes from the Playboy Mansion, once owned by Hugh Hefner, where in 2015 old photos revealed tunnel construction dating back to the 1972nd, with blueprints suggesting they may have connected to nearby celebrity homes, though Playboy later claimed the tunnels were sealed in 1989. In 2023, reports surfaced that Mark Zuckerberg was building a massive underground facility on his 1,400-acre estate in Kauai, Hawaii, described as a 5,000 square foot shelter with mechanical rooms, soundproof doors, and an escape hatch, though he later downplayed it as a simple shelter. In 2020, David and Victoria Beckham submitted planning documents for major changes to their Cotswolds estate in England, including an underground tunnel linking the main house to a gatehouse, plans that became public knowledge through council filings and media reports. These examples show that Hulk Hogan's case is not unique, but what makes it stand out is the alleged involvement of his household members and the way the Hogan family's carefully crafted public image may have been used to conceal activities now under federal investigation. Beneath the image of the perfect all-American wrestling family was a storm of dysfunction, financial pressure, and hidden resentments that created the ideal environment for questionable activities to thrive. The first major crack appeared in 2007 when Hogan's divorce from Linda triggered financial strain and a bitter legal battle over assets. And this was not just another celebrity split, but the collapse of a financial empire built over decades. The blow was worsened by the housing market crash, which ultimately forced the family to sell their beloved Bel Air mansion at a huge loss.
To this day, are still reeling that they can't get their feet back on planet Earth, and I can't get my life back on track either. I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Start over now? I'm 57, and I don't know where I fit in this world.
Linda's emotional breakdown revealed the depth of the family's financial and emotional crisis, but investigators now believe that this very public display of vulnerability was carefully staged to draw attention away from the family's true source of income, the underground operation that had been quietly generating large amounts of revenue for years. The mansion was first listed for $25 million in June 2006, making it the most expensive home on Florida's West Coast at the time. But after repeated price cuts and the housing market collapse, it finally sold on the 17th of April 2012 for just $6.2 million. This massive loss should have financially crippled the family, yet almost immediately they managed to purchase another luxury waterfront property. The speed at which Hogan acquired his Clearwater Beach mansion for $3.3 million just days after the Bel Air sale raised serious questions about the family's true financial standing. How could someone absorb a nearly $19 million loss and instantly rebound with another multi-million-dollar purchase? Federal investigators believe the answer lies in hidden revenue streams that were never reported to the IRS. At the center of these secret funds was Hogan's daughter, whose involvement in the operations shocked even those who thought they already knew the family's darkest secrets. Brooke Hogan's role becomes especially troubling when viewed in the context of her upbringing and her relationship with her father, because the young woman who was overprotected and sheltered from normal teenage experiences was at the same time
supportive. She was the direction of my attack. I was not so mad at her boyfriend. I was mad at her, and she instantly said, I don't even need to forgive you because I'm not mad at you.
Hogan's extreme control over his daughter's personal life takes on new meaning when investigators suggest he may have been preparing her for roles within the family enterprise that required absolute loyalty and secrecy. By isolating her from normal peer relationships, he made her more dependent on family approval and less likely to question unusual activities within the household. The 2015 racist remarks scandal also provides key insight into the family's methods and the depth of Brooke's involvement in managing public image. When audio surfaced of Hogan using racist language while discussing Brooke's dating life, the family's response was swift, calculated, and coordinated in a way that hinted at their extensive experience handling crises and protecting their brand.
I was on the pain pills. I did have doctors just writing prescriptions after prescriptions. And all of a sudden, it becomes a vicious cycle. As they were giving me the pain meds, I was in crazy pain. I couldn't eat.
Brooke's sophisticated defense of her father revealed a young woman who had been thoroughly trained in handling public interactions and managing damage control. Her ability to shape a narrative that admitted wrongdoing while deflecting serious consequences showed skills that don't come naturally but require careful coaching and practice. What baffled investigators most was that she even had access to the transcripts of her father's private conversations. Why would Brooke be allowed to see such sensitive material unless the family was keeping detailed records of communications? This level of documentation and record-keeping goes far beyond what any ordinary family would maintain and points directly to the operational discipline of a criminal enterprise.
The department responded to a house in the 1000 block of El Dorado Avenue for a medical-related call. It was discovered at that time Terry Bollea, also known as Hulk Hogan, was experiencing a serious medical...
Hogan's admission that his racist outburst was actually aimed at Brooke rather than her boyfriend revealed the true dynamic within the family. His anger was not rooted in racial prejudice, but in fear that Brooke might compromise operational security by forming relationships outside the family's control. Her quick forgiveness and reaffirmation of loyalty showed the psychological conditioning that kept the family enterprise intact even under external pressure. Beyond the racist comment scandal, other incidents also exposed vulnerabilities the family worked hard to protect. One example was Hogan's substance abuse, which he has openly mentioned in interviews. His admission of becoming addicted to prescription pills after undergoing 10 back surgeries suggests that his judgment may have been deeply impaired during critical periods of the family's operations.
We got Hulk Hogan ornaments. We got Hulk Hogan lunch boxes. We got Hulk Hogan dolls. We got Hulk Hogan Halloween masks. We got Hulk Hogan everything.
The nature of Hogan's prescription drug abuse, with pharmacies proactively calling to inform him of ready prescriptions, suggests a network of medical professionals who were either complicit in or unaware of the depth of his addiction. This type of medical enablement often appears in criminal enterprises where injured participants must remain functional. The most damaging evidence of family dysfunction surfaced in 2025 when Brooke publicly alleged years of verbal, mental, and even occasional physical abuse from her parents. These were not ordinary family disputes, but systematic patterns of control and intimidation that investigators now believe were designed to maintain operational security. Brooke's 2023 request to be removed from Hulk Hogan's will was not just about money, but an effort to distance herself from the family enterprise before federal investigators closed in. Her public statement about wanting to protect her father from people taking advantage of him was actually a coded warning about the criminal exposure the family faced. Linda Hogan's reaction to Brooke's abuse claims also revealed the desperation within the household, as she threatened legal action and dismissed her daughter as a narcissist, showing a willingness to discredit her own child to safeguard family secrets. Taken together with what investigators have uncovered, it appears the psychological warfare inside the Hogan family created the perfect conditions for criminal activity to thrive, with members too scared to speak out, too dependent to leave, and too compromised to seek help, making them ideal participants in operations that demanded total secrecy and loyalty. So where does this leave the family, and what is the real extent of Hulk Hogan's tunnel system and possible illegal operations? To answer that, we turn to the federal investigation and its possible consequences. The breakthrough in the case came from an unlikely source: architectural discrepancies uncovered during the routine probate process following Hulk Hogan's death.
How tough was it? Because you have a family, right?
Yeah.
And how tough was it? I always wondered, like, to your kids, like, to be, because you're everybody's hero. Like, you were like, you know, you were a hero to so many people, right? I wonder if it's tough for a child.
Just before 10 a.m. today, Clearwater Fire and Rescue, along with the Clearwater Police Department, responded to a house in the 1000 block of El Dorado Avenue for a medical call, where they discovered that Terry Bollea, better known as Hulk Hogan, was suffering from a serious medical issue. The first official police statement following his death suggested there were no signs of foul play, but investigators later uncovered strange findings that led them to believe his sudden cardiac arrest may have been triggered by the stress of knowing federal agents were closing in on the family's criminal enterprise. The timing of his death, just months before what sources described as a planned federal raid, has raised questions about whether it was as natural as reported. Hogan's body had endured years of punishment from wrestling, leaving him with injuries that required major surgeries, and in 2024, he revealed that he had undergone 25 procedures in a decade, including 10 on his back, plus surgeries on his hips, knees, shoulders, and neck. He admitted that wrestling rings in the 1,982nd were harsh and poorly designed, causing lasting damage to many wrestlers. Despite his pain, Hogan stayed positive, often joking about needing new parts to keep going, and in May 2025, he underwent neck fusion surgery that seemed to go well, with reports claiming he was walking the next day, though friends worried he returned to work too soon. Even while recovering, Hogan stayed busy promoting his Real American beer brand and planning a new wrestling promotion, activities that may have put extra strain on his weakened body. On the 24th of July, 2025, Hogan suffered a heart attack at his Clearwater home, and after 30 minutes of failed resuscitation efforts, he was rushed to Morton Plant Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. While his health issues were serious, the discovery of the underground tunnel system has cast new suspicion over the circumstances of his death. The evidence recovered paints a picture of a multi-decade operation that used Hogan's celebrity status and the family's public persona as cover for illegal activities. Hulk Hogan, born Terry Jean Bollea, was not just a wrestling star but a global pop culture icon, known for his look, voice, and catchphrases, becoming a household name worldwide. He rose to fame in the 1,982nd and 1,992nd with WWF, headlining the first 9 WrestleMania shows, wearing red and yellow, flexing his muscles, and finishing matches with his signature leg drop. He also moved into movies like Rocky III and Mr. Nanny, and his reality show Hogan Knows Best kept him in the spotlight even after wrestling slowed down. In his early years, Hogan made modest earnings, about $50,000 to $100,000 per year. But when he joined WWF, his income exploded, with wrestling, bonuses, and merchandise bringing him tens of millions. In 1994, he moved to WCW, signing a massive contract with bonuses and shares in pay-per-view profits, earning around $40 to $60 million. Later, returning to WWE and working on his reality show, he earned millions more, and projects like endorsements and movies added to his fortune. In 2016, he famously sued Gawker for releasing a private tape and won $140 million, though after settlements, he received about $31 million. Altogether, his ventures, including Hogan's Beat Shop and his beer brand, reportedly brought in over $100 million, though by the time of his death,